Hello, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gabriel Murphy, and I will be the GM for today's game. We are going to be doing a Kids on Bike second edition, and I'm going to go ahead and read our story and outline for you guys. So, the picture painted for you in the scene set. So, our setting for today is going to be Starship Maripa in New Orleans. So, here we go. An hour from both Baton Rouge and New Orleans in Maripa, a small, prosperous town populated by employees of Big Oil. Everyone's standard of living, but the town is far to be there. Still, the town is tiny. Two restaurants and no stoplights, just a single stop sign. The high school is actually a kindergarten 12th grade building, and the population of the town is stuck around 3,000. If you aren't in the oil industry, married to someone in it, or the child of someone in it, you aren't in Maripa for long. There isn't anything to do but boat, hunt, fish, and, if you're old enough, work. Things have gotten odd since a recent hurricane, though. A few people who have gone boating near the wildlife management area have come back telling tall tales of what they've seen in the swamps. It seems like they're just making this stuff up, though. Things like that don't happen in a small, quiet town like this, right? And some people have claimed that they've started hearing voices through their radios, and they're normal folk without any other signs of madness. Must be the interference the outpost in Livingston is researching, right? So, to kind of give you guys an idea of how things and places that are in it, there are three churches: a Southern Baptist one, a Catholic one, and a Methodist one. And these are a massive part of social community and life here, where just about every member of this town is a member of one of these churches. There's the observatory, which is technically just a passive observatory that you can go to and check out. But in truth, there's much more going on at the installation. So years ago, kind of in secret, the government built additional research facilities on the property to study the manipulation of space and time, possibly using some extra technology. There's the Maripa High School, which is actually the K through 12 high school because the town is so small. There are boat launches for exploring the swamps and going out and fishing. There's the Swamp Wildlife Management Area, which is where the wildlife area preserve is. And so you can hike there. It takes about a day, but it's much easier to go by boat. And then there's a bar and grill. And it's one of the only two restaurants in town. And then there's a bowling alley, which is like half bowling alley, half restaurant. So that's the other restaurant. And then there's a unnamed corner store, kind of gas station-ish area, owned by an old couple called the Granges. So to start the setting, I'm gonna actually let you guys introduce yourselves and your characters here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So if you want to start with Jalen.
Hello, I'm Jalen. I'm going to be playing Titus.
Awesome. And then if we want to go to Judah next.
Yeah. Howdy, my name's Judah, and I'm playing as the character John Riker. John Riker.
Cool, cool. Okay. And then Maya, if you want to go ahead and
Sutter.
say your character.
Yeah, my name is Maya, and I'm playing myself. So my name is Maya.
Wonderful. Very creative. We love it. And then Rocky, if you want to explain your character's name.
Hi, my name is Rocky, and I will be playing as Venus.
Awesome, awesome. And so, for each of your characters, we've kind of discussed it a little bit prior, but you guys are all going to be high school students of the nearest and only high school, kindergarten through 12 school in the area. So y'all are all around the ninth through 12th grade range, and you are friends of each other, who have known each other since you were kids because it's a small town and you grew up together. So, oddballs, as usual. But the setting that we're going to start out for you guys is it's a normal Tuesday like any other, and you guys have just gotten out of class. It's around 3:30, and you guys decide to do your average evening ritual, which is head over to the Grange's gas station corner store, and then buy some soda, drinks, talk, and hang out with the Granges who you have grown up knowing. So we'll start out with you guys walking into the store, and Willie Grange, the elderly husband of the wife and owner of the unnamed corner store, says to you guys, "Oh, hello, kids. So nice to see you again. Same thing as
Hello.
always?"
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Oh,
Okay, okay. I don't know. The old lady's been calling me crazy. I swear I've been hearing these voices on the radio, just late at night in the static. But oh, who knows? I'm getting old. It might be just my mind is going, as they say. Am I right?
Sure, sir. It could also be the government trying to spy on you at all times.
Oh,
That is
What are the
true.
voices saying to you?
no, they say they want my blood, or I don't know. I don't want to concern you kids with my storytelling. I'm sure you've got enough on your plate with graduation up so soon.
Indeed we do, sir. Indeed we do.
So, I mean, that sure doesn't help when you have those strange government scientists, people outside like that man out there saying their gibberish on the phone all these days. It's quite concerning. Anyways, I'll let you get to it, kids. And with that,
Wait.
Mr. Grange rings you guys up, gets you your sodas, some on the house for those of you who he likes. That wouldn't be Maya, and that wouldn't be Judah. But Jalen and Rocky are his favorites, and so, or excuse me, Titus and Venus are his favorites, and so they receive free sodas.
What the
And
fuck?
You guys walk slightly outside of the building, not too far, to sit outside and enjoy the day.
That man
Well,
is a
that
hater.
sucks. I had to pay for that.
I'm happy. I got it on the house.
Any
Real same.
comments about Mr. Grange's odd demeanor today? He seems a little bit strange. He's not quite himself.
The government's involved.
What did
Something
you,
strange is going down.
what did he say that the voices were saying to him?
He
Something
said they were
odd
out for his
about-
blood, right?
Yeah, something odd
Oh,
about wanting his blood, or
Blood or
saying
something.
that he should come out into the swamps at night and I don't know, with candles and other strange phenomenon, and participate in these things. I don't know. He's just an old man. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's
I
probably
know
a
he's a
little
little
senile.
kooky, but
I wonder if they're trying to get him to do a ritual, maybe.
Who knows?
That sounds like something we should investigate.
Probably.
And so while you guys are having this talk, you can't help but overhear a man named Raj Masputhan standing outside, and he's in a very nice, expensive-looking business uniform. And he's on the phone. So Rasmuthan is the sciencey government guy that Mr. Grange was talking about. And so he's standing outside, and he's on the phone, and he's speaking in a rather hushed voice. So Raj is actually the sole official scientist working at the nearby observatory that deals with gravitational wave data, and some people hypothesize much more as goes on there. But so you guys hear him on the phone in a rather hushed voice saying, I don't understand. I put in so many hours, and I'm working really hard, but and you can hear him keeping his voice down. He says, it seems like every other week we have an outbreak. I'm putting in these hours trying to contain it, but I'm doing my best. I have to go somewhere more private. Give me a moment. And with that,
Sir,
he walks
sir,
around the corner.
sir, sir,
Huh?
sir.
Do you need something, man?
What's the outbreak?
What outbreak?
Outbreak. Tell us about it.
He looks shocked and both concerned that you have overheard him, and says, I'll be on my way. Don't mind me. I'm busy. I'm working.
We know where you work.
And he walks around the corner, trying to ignore you, and goes into his car and starts to start the engine.
Hey, Maya, I think you need to learn the art of eavesdropping a little bit better than just
I think
that.
so. I was gonna say
Yeah.
we sneak.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. What do you mean?
I
What's
mean,
wrong
we
with what I
could-
did?
We could have gotten some more handy exposition from him if we just kept quiet.
He was already
Or
gonna
followed
leave.
him.
We should just follow him.
Or we could have threatened him, saying like,
What's
we'll
gonna
tell.
stop us from following him? We can still do that.
We could follow him.
So what's
I mean, we don't
those-
have
those
cards.
plans,
We have-
course of action.
I think we have bikes.
Yeah, y'all came over to the gas station in Mr. John Riker's car. He's the senior. He's the oldest of the group.
We can follow.
And y'all came in his car.
We should do that. Yeah, we should follow.
Wait,
But we should go like a
uh,
little bit later. We should wait like 5 minutes because we know where he works. So
That's
like,
true.
but we don't want him to know that we're following him.
Mm.
True. So we tell
Indeed,
him.
we don't.
Also, do any of us know how to drive? Is John gonna take us to
Yeah,
the?
so John Riker is the oldest of the group, and he's the only one with a license.
Y'all got that gas money?
Sure.
Do you not want to investigate too? Like,
Are you not curious?
is this not something
I mean,
that we're all
I-
doing?
Oh, my curiosity is burning me from the inside out. I just want to know, y'all got that gas money?
Oh my god, we gave you gas money earlier this week. Let's go. Get in the car.
I ain't,
No.
I ain't fine.
something.
Hop in.
I'll buy you later. I'll buy you later. How about that?
Hey, sweet. Hop in.
All right. With that, you guys all hop in the car together, and wait a little bit, as you said, and pace slowly behind him, right? And as you guys are driving a good distance behind this man, you pass the nearby church, of which outside of it, you see Mr. Reverend Barry Jones, who has a more he's the local Methodist pastor. But recently he's become more aloof, and his sermons becoming more like esoteric, but at the same time eccentric than before. And he's got something on his mind, and he wants to share it, and so he's outside of his Methodist church as you guys are driving past him. And so you guys only catch a few things that he says, but he says, "The end is near! I swear it's the end is near! They're coming! They're coming, I say!" And this is what you guys hear as you drive past him. Any comments on Mr. Reverend
These people
Jones's
are weird.
speech?
No, I hope
Well,
everyone's
I mean, he's
okay.
not wrong. I mean, the aliens are probably here already, if not the
Like,
angels
what's
also. But you know,
happening? First, like
We
the
hear the
coming for
old man
blood,
coming for blood in the
then
woods,
breakouts, and then
and then
what?
I
the
wonder if
time
it's
has
all
come,
connected,
brothers.
maybe.
Mm, okay.
I think if we don't see anything from the from wherever we're going, the oil place,
You can come
right?
back and talk to
Then we should,
Observatory.
yeah.
we should come back and talk to that man, the
All right.
Yeah.
pastor.
And so with that, you guys are continuing the following and the trailing of Mr. Raj Rasputin, when suddenly you see he passes the observatory, right? And so he's not going to his work where he's the sole scientist, but rather he takes a turn to what you guys know leads, because it's a small town, you have lived here your whole lives. He takes a turn to the wildlife management area of the Maripa Swamp, and so he's headed in that direction. And now the swamp is, as you can imagine, very swampy. It's much easier to get there by boat than it is by car. And so after a certain point, it gets a little sketchy, and he gets out of his car and starts walking over to the boat docking and exporting station, so where they leave off into boats to go deeper into the swamp, kind of explore, go boating, go fishing. So this is quite a strange thing for this man to do, given he's in a suit, he's in a tie, but yet he's out here paying for his fare to get into a boat. He's very much so not in fishing attire.
One of us should go distract him while the rest of us sneak onto the boat.
I can do it.
Okay.
oh yeah.
So he is at the counter. He's paying for his boat right now.
Oh, so we don't know which boat he's getting to?
No.
How many boats are there?
So we see there's two larger kind of steamboat stylish boats, and then there are a bunch of small kind of canoe-ish looking boats. all
Well,
along
we
the
know
coast.
he's wearing a tuxedo, and we know he wouldn't be really comfortable in a canoe. So he's probably taking one of the steamboats, meaning there's two. So I say we split
Well, they
up.
have to get the boat out, right, for him to get into it, right? Or is it just like he goes up to the boat and gets in?
There are two on the dock, two of the large steamboats on the dock, and then there are like 10 to 15-ish of the canoe ones.
But like, do they have to bring the boat to him, or no? He's just gonna get in from the dock, right?
He would walk out from the dock, yes, if he were going to get
Okay,
one
there's
of
not gonna be
one
like
of
a
these boats.
worker who's like, "Here's your boat."
Yes, yeah. He would walk out by himself more than likely. The captains are already waiting on the boats of the larger ones.
And there's a captain on each boat.
Only the two steamboats. The smaller canoes don't have captains.
Okay.
The
It could
larger
either be two
steamboats have
things.
captains that work for the reservation management area, swamp area. Yeah.
Wait, that's because if he is going somewhere secretive, because I mean he's not going to the observatory and he's going somewhere different than that, so it's probably somewhere secretive. Then he might take a canoe so nobody can trail him, or if he's going somewhere more commonplace, then he might take one of the steamboats.
Maybe we should distract him before he gets into his boat. Like once we see which boat he's about to get into, somebody can pull him away, maybe, and then we can try and get
Maybe.
on. And if
Possibly.
not, then we'll go to the church, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yep. So Mr. Raj is actually standing at the front desk, but he's not talking casually to the worker behind the front desk. Rather, he's leaned over and he's whispering something to them. So you guys are still outside of the management swamp area, so you guys are like looking in through the window. So you can't hear what he's saying, but you see he's whispering to them, and he's kind of leaned over the desk. What do you do?
So I think we discuss who's gonna go distract him, or at least try and eavesdrop on him.
I can try.
Okay.
I can act like be like, oh hi, like I heard you work at the observatory, and I've been looking into it as like maybe a future career. Like,
Yeah, because we're high
Wait,
school.
has he got into
Yeah.
the boat yet?
No, he's standing at the front desk whispering something to the worker.
I think y'all should try and eavesdrop, and then follow him out to the boat because we don't know which boat he's going to yet.
Okay, we can eavesdrop, and then if he turns around and catches us, then we have our excuse.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm just
Great.
waiting on one of you guys to kind of be the who's commanding this operation. Whose main idea is this? Who's sending who in?
I'll back you up.
I'll go in. Okay. Wait,
Okay.
but first we need eavesdrop first. See if we get it.
So
Okay.
Rocky, is this your idea to kind of do these things?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh.
Let me do this, and I'm gonna. Okay, Rocky, you have a
Yes.
a 10 for brains.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll
no.
me a d10 to
Alright.
that's the skill check to see how well this your cohesion of your plan goes, and if you guys work together well or not.
Okay.
Oh god.
This is the first dice roll. Let's see how hot it is.
Oh.
Oh
Was a
no!
one? Is that a one? Did I see that right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a one.
Yeah, you didn't see that
Okay.
shit. You didn't see.
All right.
You didn't see that?
So while you guys were talking, he like right next to the window, the worker actually overhears and both sees you guys talking outside of the window. At which point, he stands up very stiffly, alarming Raj, and Raj turns around and sees the prying eyes of Venus looking in at him, and he immediately stands up as well and reaches into his pocket.
Whoa, whoa,
So
sir.
let's see what you guys are still outside at this point.
Okay.
What do you do?
Sir.
No need to pull the blicky.
Yeah, no. We're not here to cause any harm. We're just
We saw you, and
you.
we know of your accolades and how like smart you are, and we're just
we're
kind of stunned.
inspired. We're
Yes.
inspired.
So
Yes.
are you guys gonna
Big
go try to
inspiration.
talk to him? You guys are
Yes,
at this
I-
point,
Yes,
what do you do?
we talked to
'Cause
him.
you guys are in a very precarious spot. You know, sitting outside of this window. You gonna go in? You're gonna try to wait for him to come out? What are we doing?
I think we
Oh.
go in and explain ourselves, and
Yeah.
our whole
No, like we're not doing it. Like, do we know that they heard us?
It was quite obvious by the way that the worker
I
stood
feel like
up
we're not talking
very
that
quickly.
loud. Like I feel like he could see us, but
Well,
okay.
you rolled a 1, so the plan was pretty bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite.
We
Quite
can either-
obvious to him what was going
I
on.
think we either
Oh my
go in there
God.
and either cover our tails or we just leave. But if we
Hmm.
just leave, this could come back to bite us in the butt.
Probably,
I
yeah.
mean, okay.
I think we can just go in there and then just kind of play like the whole high school. We want to join the observatory scene. I feel like that'd be for the best. And then
Yeah.
we can say we're on our way to the church to go do some like church hours or something.
Okay. And
Church
who
hours.
wants to be the one to go talk to him?
I can.
That depends. Is
do
this a charm check or a
it.
brains
Who
check?
wants to
Yeah,
be the
which
one
one?
to go talk to him? I cannot tell you that. Who's gonna go talk to him?
I can talk to him because
Okay.
he's I can.
So we have Titus,
Yeah.
the funny sidekick, who decides to go talk to him. So it's a 20 on a charm check. Keep in mind, this man is very intelligent. He's a soul scientist at the observatory. Very smart guy. So it's going to be a D15, and you have a D20. So this is to see how well your little conversation with him goes.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll my d20. Oh gosh.
Roll high.
Okay. So
Jesus Christ.
So You alone went inside of the building to talk to him as he was reaching into his pocket, and you kind of, excuse me, let me.
Snooping as usual, I see.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I was dealing with something.
I'm so nervous.
So yeah, Titus goes up to the man, to Raj, and starts to say, I was
God.
Oh, okay, sorry. Anyways, I was responding. I'm a big fan of your work, and I know you work at the observatory, and so you stutter, and he says, "I've heard enough. I will have no snooping into my business and private matter. You and your friends were outside the window so suspiciously," he says in almost a cartoonish way.
We're actually going home.
Yeah.
Bro's
We
become
were-
Eggman.
We were
just,
stunned, but we're gonna leave now because we have to attend church meetings of some kind.
Yeah, I just wanted to feel the swamp between our
Yeah.
toes.
We used to play out here once we were younger.
We was investigating the swamp.
Raj raises an eyebrow at this
Tell
lets
him
it
we were
slide.
investigating the swamp.
Oh,
and says, "Whatever. I have more pressing matters to attend to anyways. And I would appreciate not having prying eyes around." With that, he turns back to the desk, taps on it twice. The front desk worker nods, and he walks around the corner of the desk and goes into the back. So it seems like you guys just narrowly avoided. Hold on.
oh my god, that was so scary. We almost got caught.
That's
Almost.
It
terrifying.
seems like you guys just narrowly avoided Mr. Raj having a quite larger problem than just a little bit of suspicion with you guys. So with
I
that,
fight him. Oh, whoa.
I'm okay with
No, I
that.
wouldn't.
As long
A
as I'm
critical
okay with
fail
that.
there would have been ridiculously catastrophic.
Yeah, at least we got out of it.
your roll was not bad enough to warrant Mr. Raj doing
Die
something
20.
drastic.
Woo!
So shout
Yay.
out to your D20 roll.
All right, now let's go talk to this church man and see what all this hollering is about.
This he be
Yep.
About
Yep.
the end of the world and see if it has some connections with blood and forest and this weird man.
Okay.
And some weird disease.
Yeah.
So I
the
take it you guys are
outbreak.
driving back to the Reverend Jones is standing outside and
Yeah.
spouting some
Yep.
Yes.
what seems like nonsense to any normal human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for the conspiracy theorist of the group.
So so, so with this, you all head back to town and go to the Methodist church that you passed on the way, where Reverend Jones is more energetic than he was prior, and he is still spouting the same nonsense because it's all just nonsense, right? And he says, as you guys are driving up, you hear him saying, "I know you hear it on the radio. It whispers, it's
In the
coming."
room.
And then
Coming, sir.
You guys are at the church by this point. And
Like we're out of the car.
yeah, you
Yeah.
we see that only one of you knows this man because, like I said, there's Southern Baptist, Catholic, and Methodist churches here.
Mhm.
And Maya are the only one who is Methodist and grew
You
up
guys-
at this man's church. And so
What's his
you're
name?
the only one that recognizes him.
Tell me his name again.
How shameful! You should know. Yeah, this is your pastor of 17 years.
Can I just use my knowledge to remember his name?
Yeah, let's go ahead and give me a
You're actually gonna make me roll.
give me a roll for that because you can't remember your pastor's name.
Oh
there's,
my
like,
God.
5 times.
Difficulty 20.
So
Please.
let me let me go ahead and see. You are a reclusive eccentric, so that means your roll would be a 12 for brains. Okay.
Mhm.
So because it's midday, you're not tired, you don't have morning brain or anything like that, and you've also grown up with this man your whole life. It's just a small brain fart. It's just gonna be an 8. So roll your
An
brains.
8? An 8?
Roll an 8.
It's just gonna be an 8.
Oh, God.
Fuck you.
Wait,
Yes!
wait,
Yes.
wait.
Okay, what's his name? Tell me the man's name.
So his name is Reverend Barry Jones. It comes to you at the last moment.
Okay. Hi, Reverend.
Oh,
Hello.
child, surely you've heard the whispers on the radio at night. He says to you.
You know, I actually came to ask you guidance.
Why, yes, of
You know?
course. I'm glad that even so young you are in tune with the Lord in such a way. As he says this, he says, "Come inside," and he ushers you and your friends inside to his church.
Yes, we're all hoping to learn.
You wish
So-
to be educated, sir.
So
Totally.
as
could
as you
learn.
guys are walking into the church, he's leading you into a back room. He's like, "Please, come. I assure you, I'm not the only one who hears these things." And as he does this, he leads you into a room. He closes the door behind you guys, and you guys are in a room with a few chairs, a desk, and a radio in the middle of the desk. Can I get a can I get a brains check from Maya on the appearance of this man?
Gosh.
You've grown up with him your whole life. So you're just kind of analyzing his demeanor and everything. Can you give me a 5 on your brains check here?
Yeah, sure, totally. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, growing up with this man your whole life, you've come to know him pretty well, and you can see when something's off, when something's right with him, when he's feeling good, when he's not. And you see he looks very disheveled, very tired. His bags under his eyes are deeper than normal. His hair is messed up, and he looks like he hasn't slept in days. His skin is a little bit pale, and he looks very what would be concerning to those that know him and care for him. You see him fiddling with the radio, trying to turn it on, and his hands are shaking, and he's very upset. So,
What have you been hearing on the radio, Reverend?
well, I please tell me what you have heard. I want to know if I'm crazy. I cannot sway your opinion.
Okay, yeah, they said that they wanted my blood, and like,
So you hear it too?
yes, 100%, I do.
Yes.
I hear it.
As he says this, he twists some knobs on the radio, turns it on, and you hear static. Nothing but static. It's just static.
I think this guy's crazy, guys.
Very ecstatically, he says.
Well, I mean, the old band said he heard it too, so he might not be that crazy.
It's true.
But still, it's
Very
weird.
excitedly, very excitedly, he says, "See, you hear it too. That they call."
Sir, no, we don't.
Reverend, I just hear
No, I-
static.
No, pish posh! Maya, please tell your friends. Explain. You hear it as well, right?
Yeah, I do hear it, but I don't really understand what they mean. Can you explain it to me?
Yeah, I wish I would explain if I knew myself, but I don't. It's just, and with that, you guys hear a boom from
Ooh.
outside. It sounds like it's quite a distance away, but the Reverend is too distracted by the radio to really pay attention to it. And so he's like got his ear practically on the radio. His whole head is like leaning on it, and he's like very, very into it. So he's not paying attention to anything else. But the boom sounded quite a distance away, but it was loud enough to where you guys could hear it from inside the church.
Reverend, didn't you hear that big boom?
The what?
Yeah, I heard
Well, that's
it too.
concerning.
See, you guys are not even listening to the radio. This is how I know you are not in touch with the spirits.
No.
No, what?
No, I'm in
We
touch.
are. Yeah.
I'm in touch.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
ask any questions. But should we go outside and follow our
Be
fellows?
gone. Clearly you are not blessed with the gift. And so he says this, and he's like shooing you outside the door as he's like still cradling this radio, and he's
Man, what-
like caressing it almost.
Can
Man.
I take his radio and run away?
Yeah, if you want to roll for fight, yeah, or for brawn.
For fight?
We'll say for
For-
brawn.
Okay.
All right,
What do I
need
to get?
Your reclusive eccentric skill for brawn is an 8.
Okay, but I'm catching him off guard, right? Like he's
you-
not expecting me to take it, right?
Yes, but you also are a high school girl, and this is a grown.
It's just a radio.
older man.
He's he hasn't slept.
So,
Bro won't even
He's
notice.
weak in the
that's true.
nose.
You
In the
know what?
knees.
We'll say you guys have to roll collectively. Roll for
What?
your brawn.
What?
For Braun?
For Braun?
A
Okay.
20.
Ooh.
And each of you has to roll your brawn skill and add it all up. So
Oh,
you guys
Okay.
are gonna try
okay.
if you are all on board, you guys can try to snag the radio.
Oh yeah.
From
Wait,
this
what's
man.
my bro? Oh gosh,
My Braun is
My Braun is
a
8.
6.
my brawn's like a
Oh.
D4 plus 1.
I made you do that. You didn't see that.
My bronze 7.
Okay, so
7
so one at a
plus.
time. Yeah, if you could roll. So
Oh,
seven,
okay. I got 6, so that's
okay.
13.
Hey, I got a 4.
Oh, that explodes.
Oh, hold up. Let me roll again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost there.
What was that? So it was a 7, a 6, so it's 13. 13 plus what was
4.
it, 2?
Got 4.
Okay, so 15. 15 plus the 4 is a 19. Okay, so you guys did
We're
miss the
one
20
off.
mark.
No, we didn't.
No,
we didn't.
4,
10,
so 4
6,
plus 2
and
is
7.
6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 7 is 19.
Plus Rocky. She got a 4.
Yeah.
What wasn't the 4 calculated?
23, no?
The 4 plus the 2?
Because
Well,
what's it called? John, also known as Judah.
So he got the
Yeah, I
okay,
exploded,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
It should be
cool,
23.
cool.
It's 23.
I missed that. Okay. So with that,
woo!
Titus
Let's go.
I
and
grabbed
John
it.
Riker both kind of snatch the radio from this man, while Maya and Venus simultaneously
have
kind
really
of
good fight.
gently hold him back and pry his hands off of the radio. And so John Riker and Titus kind of sprint out with the radio as Venus and Maya follow closely behind, while the Reverend screams, "They'll get you! You'll hear it soon!" As you guys
Run,
run
kids,
out of the
run!
door.
We weren't blessed,
Oh my-
Reverend.
Well, we got his radio, so
And so he's kind of older. He's trying to get up, but he's not fast enough. And you guys are sprinting out the doors of the Methodist Church right now.
okay. So
Next move.
Jump over the hood of my
what
car
are we
and get
gonna
in the
do with
driver's
this radio?
So you guys have a
What-
radio. Heard a bang from a distance away. There's strange things going on. At the swamp. You're not really sure.
Y'all want to go
the
check
smartest
out the explosion or wait
thing?
for the night?
Like, can we see any smoke or anything?
No, you heard the general direction of the explosion, and it sounds like it came from the swampy area, the wildlife management area.
So should we go
but
back to the swamp
it's
then?
the-
We
it's the
should
general
because
direction.
The guy was over there too, so maybe
He
he
has
has something to do with it. Maybe, and we have a radio, so maybe we
Can
could
we
like.
get like a map and see if there's any place like in the swamp that's like?
Yeah, do you want me to draw one up on paint or something real quick?
No, I meant like I don't mean like we have to actually look at it. I mean like as theater of the mind. Come on, Gabe.
What do you mean?
Do we have a map?
I want to look at a map and see if there's any places where people would hide something. You know?
You guys don't necessarily have a map on you, but you have a very good understanding of the town.
We know
since
where
you
we
grew
are.
up here your whole life, yeah. And so, you're aware of where pretty much everything is, including like the layout of the swamp. Y'all have went there many times growing up with your families, so.
I think we go check out the general direction of where that is, and maybe if we can track it back to where that guy went, since he went behind the counter, we can try and talk to him again and see if he hears something from the radio. Because then if he hears something through the radio, then he probably has something to do with that as well.
Do we get a canoe?
Yeah,
We
you
could.
absolutely can. The swamp is open from 10 in the morning to 9 p.m. at night, so it's still like 4 o'clock. It's like midday.
We better make haste then.
Do we think that any of
Indeed.
like our parents have canoes so that way we don't have to pay for it, or do we have to pay for the canoe?
You would have to pay for the canoe, but it's like a day pass thing. It's not.
Where do
very
we steal the
expensive.
canoes?
Okay.
We're robbing the canoes.
No, because I feel like we're gonna be there later than 9 o'clock. But who's gonna come and get the canoe?
If anything, like
Right.
who's gonna take it from us?
Exactly.
Right.
Canoes are
So-
nice, but they do have air tags hidden on them. I will say that.
Ah,
Oh.
fuck.
Yeah, that's what.
The company
Air
has
tags
the
are-
company tracks them so that people don't do what you guys are fiending on doing.
That's why I asked if my parents have any. Like, we've
a
lived
good
here our whole
question.
life, right?
It's a good question. So we
like-
see that Titus's parents actually have a canoe that is up in their attic. But how are you guys going to get the canoe to
John,
the
what type of
swamp is
car
the
do you
question.
drive?
Well, considering that I am indeed a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, probably like a Prius or something.
Okay, so
Let's
we're not
tie
getting
it
a
to
Q in that.
the. We can
We're
tie
not
it to the
getting
top of the roof.
with
Just roll the
what?
windows down.
Yeah, just roll the windows down, get some ropes, and tie that hoe up there.
Exactly. We
But
gotta
then
make it shake.
how long is that gonna take though? It's already 4 and it closes at 9.
I mean, if it's our personal canoe, then we don't have to rent out a canoe.
It's true.
We could just go out.
It
We
should take like what, 30 minutes getting the canoe out of the attic? Maybe, depending
maybe
on
an
how
hour
big it
at the
is.
most.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so are
Sure, the
y'all
conspiracy
planning on
theorist
heading
knows
over
how to tie knots.
to Titus's house and asking to
Yes.
borrow his parents' canoe?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, so you guys all get in John's car and head over to Titus' house after discussing this plan. And once you get there, Titus' parents are very welcoming, and they're like, "Oh, Titus, you brought your friends over." His mom says, "It's so nice. Please come in. I've made biscuits and spaghetti."
Yeah, I think we're gonna try and borrow the canoe for a couple hours. We want to go play.
You're in a rush already. You don't want to have dinner with me and your father?